This is the Make a Move Show. Here is your host, John Carlson.
Hello. Welcome to the Make a Move Show. I'm sitting here looking over the news, drinking my coffee. And take it away, Asta, with the recap.
The Cavs lost to the Celtics 108-83 on Sunday. By the time you hear this, you'll already know the final score from the Oracle. Back to you, John.
Thank you so much, Asta.
Welcome.
We are looking at game one of the Western Conference Finals tonight. Who's gonna win game one? I don't know. I don't really like predicting, game one, game two. I just predict the series, and I'm still going with the trilogy, so Golden State will ultimately prevail. What do we got? Okay, NBA.
I gotta go with Boston.
Fired Dwayne Casey. I think it's going to be really important who they hire as a head coach, because if it looks like it's somebody who's had dealings with LeBron in the past, or maybe is a good fit for LeBron, or who has contact with LeBron, or anything like that, then that's going to be an indicator that LeBron will go to the Raptors.
You're crazy.
I'm still going to say it, whether you call me that or not. More NBA news. Actually, Summer League. So Philly not sending Fultz to development Summer League camp, and people are saying, well, why not? And well, yeah, I think they can only send 3 players. I'm not sure what the rules are of Summer League play. I mean, they can send in a certain amount of players. They can't send everybody. I'll be looking more into that. You know me, I'm such a good researcher.
Why don't you try a little harder?
This is not school. I thought I left school a long time ago. I took a couple of credits of college. Why should I be forced to be so smart? That's why I have you.
A couple of credits or credit cards.
Okay, so the WNBA, look for Marie Gullich at Oregon State. She was at Oregon State, went to Phoenix Mercury. Look for her to have a big season this year. She looks like she's developing nicely. She's from Germany, of course. Yep.
Oh, Erzähmen. How good.
Okay, so the Cavs. Why did they get blown out the way they did? Well, I think it's because they don't want to put forth all that effort in front of Boston, their crazy fans, and they're going to, the Cavs and especially LeBron are aware of what's the playoffs. So the series stretches usually to 5, 6, 7 games. There's probably no way that the Cavs were ever going to blow out Boston. So, I think they really weren't putting forth their best effort. LeBron likes fend off questions and say, well,
Them's his fighting words.
The playoffs are always physical. Well, yeah, but come on, man. I saw LeBron kind of stand up straight and let the guy drive the lane, man. Whether it's LeBron or Kevin Love, I saw a little bit of a less effort going on there. And I'm not, they can get offended all they want. I think it's just smart. Why would you throw everything you got out on the floor in game one when you know there's a possibility of an injury? And you're in front of a hostile crowd. No, they're like sucking them in. Dude. Cavs are like sucking in the Celtics right now. They're like, yes, please come. We're gonna let you win. And then as soon as Boston thinks they're safe, slice. It's over. You're gonna see LeBron bust 40 points in a game. You're gonna see, ridiculous numbers. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go over to this article from Forbes.com. Forbes.com, of course, is I think it's an economics website, something about the economy. I don't know. I think it's Gordon Gekko's favorite website. So the article by writer David Barry is a pretty good article. I enjoyed it. David Barry. He talks about saying that an Italian economist from back in the 1900s, Vilfredo Pareto,
Whoa, nice Italian.
Well, I don't know. I like spaghetti and pizza. I've watched Goodfellas.
Well earned we continental.
Okay. So the theory is that much like the economy of Italy back in the 1900s, he noticed that 20% of the land was owned by, well, actually 80% of the land was owned by 20% of the people, and therefore only something about only the top three. He translates that to mean, based on numbers, that only the top three teams or players on
Please
a
be
team.
better
I'm
at your
sorry.
job.
Yes, I will try. Players on a team make all the difference. Well, if that were the case, then you can go ahead and say that the top three teams in the league are going to be the best. And in the WNBA, Connecticut Sun, New York Liberty, and I think it's Washington Mystics. Just got an NBA alert. What is this? Sunday's Ultimate Playoffs highlight. Watch Celtics sizzle, shut down Cavs in game. Yeah, okay. I'll watch that in a minute. I already watched the highlights, and plus, the second half of the game on ABC. So the top three teams in the WNBA are going to be the Sun, the Liberty, and the Mystics. He applies this theory of economics to sports, and it's pretty interesting. I really like the article. Check it out, David Barry, Forbes.com. The only thing I have to say as a counter is that oftentimes mathematics are used to predict things and they don't come true because they're not accounting for so many variables. See, that's the thing about mathematics is that there are variables, lots of variables that maybe you're not counting. He's saying, just read the article. Read the article. It's a great article. He did a really good job, and there's a lot of useful information. For instance, like blocked shots are not as important unless they lead to a scoring possession, things like that. So check it out. It's a really good article. David Barry, Forbes.com, about the correlation between economics and, I'm starting to sound like them when I talk like that. Economics of basketball. You want some economics? Okay. The NFL is supposedly, suffering so much because of the whole, national anthem gate and Colin Kaepernick. Well, now there's another group of people trying to come out with yet another football league. The Alliance of American Football, they call it. You got to watch this video. This guy, Charlie Ebersol, sitting here rattling off mathematics on why a new football league will be successful. Tell that to the AFL. Tell that to the XFL. Anybody, the United States Football League. How many of these things can I name? When I was a kid, I remember the USFL coming out, and it was just a fizzle in the pan. It was just instantly gone. The XFL was only around for what, like a year? I don't even remember. And it was pretty horrible to watch. So good luck to the Alliance of American Football. I personally have moved on from football already, and it wasn't anything to do with the flag, whatever, the whole Kaepernick, whatever the heck that whole situation is. I don't even care. To me, the NFL is pretty much a branch of the American Armed Forces. It's just, it's like an institution. They're not going anywhere. The shield is not breaking. The shield is going to be around for a long time. And this new league, the American Alliance, I mean, who wants football all year long? It's like you saying, okay, I want chocolate cake for dinner. And then the next day, I want chocolate cake for dinner. And then 2 months down the line, you're still saying, I want chocolate cake for dinner. Where's the chocolate cake? Why are we having vanilla? What is this? Come on. You get bored of things after a while. Football's boring as it is. I mean, how many times, if you don't really understand the game, anybody who sits there and looks at it has no idea what they're watching. It's like when I watch rugby. All right, I've ranted for about 10 minutes now, so we're going to go ahead and call it a show.
Yeah, good
Thank you
idea.
very much for tuning in. subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be working on this show, making it more professional and, getting things moving. Shout outs to Rick. I think you know who I'm talking about, Rick. This guy knows basketball. I'm trying to get him on the show. He's really smart on basketball. And pretty soon we will have people calling in. I'm going to download the app later for that. And in the meantime, just keep it moving.